ladies and gentlemen, hurricane season doesn't start until June 1st, 2018. And as I predicted, it looks like we're going to get our first tropical storm or potential hurricane Alberto, possibly May 8th. Yep, that's right. We're looking at it right here, right now. And so, here are hurricane names for the year. They're really not that exciting. I was hoping for something a little more superhero-y. But that's not what we're getting. So, as Dadabu has been doing a great job pointing out on Twitter, and Brandon WPFI, yeah, guys, it looks like the Euro model keeps consistently sniffing out, pointing out that we'll probably have our first tropical storm Alberto off the Outer Banks in about 10 days. So, you know, that's right around 90 million people. And I do want to remind you guys, living in Houston, if I remember correctly, Harvey spun up from a tropical storm to a Cat 5 in 24 hours. So Brandon is pointing out here, yeah, that giant Azores high. And this would be a blocking pattern. So this thing would fight and almost churn there. So definitely the weather is about to get interesting. So that is over a week away. And what we're more concerned about now is what the professional meteorologists and weather people are calling the worst severe weather week this year, which will be starting, I think, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now, it doesn't look as bad on the models. There's Alberto right there. The GFS has the high pushing him out to sea. The Euro has him coming pretty dang close to the East Coast. And no matter what, the amount of wetness and moisture this is showing about 2 weeks from now is very, very concerning. So it raised a flag with me when the pros were saying, hey guys, this could be the worst severe weather week of the year, because what, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, we had over 60 tornadoes in a few days, which to me is a lot of tornadoes. So if they're saying this week could be worse, that is something everybody should pay attention to if you are anywhere in these tornado zones. So we are going to keep our eye on this. And the good news for you guys is I'm 5 days away from rent. So from now and then to the end of the 3rd, I will be working nonstop on weather and even some funny space videos. Who knows what I'm going to do? So I will be keeping you guys posted and informed. I've been trying to rest up and get my mental state back to semi-healthy, because I've been dreading this hurricane season for literally a month now. I mean, like, where physical dread, and I feel it in my shoulders and I'm all locked up, because I think this hurricane season is going to be as bad, possibly even worse than last year. And last year I did predict we would get hit by 2 or more hurricanes in the United States, and we got hit by 4. And so, yeah, you know, and we haven't really made any adjustments. Nobody's really paying attention. And here we are a month away. So, yeah, I've been a little stressed out. Yeah, it's true. Last night I went to Galveston and met another person in the truth community, Be Rich. We had a great time. Yeah, I had a few drinks. And yes, I spent 40 of the dollars that people had donated to me on daiquiris and beers. I think I got a chicken sandwich. I think I've gone out maybe 5 times in 5 months. So someone was like, oh my God, I can't believe that's what you spent the money on. It's like, holy crap. You know, if I go out once a month, twice a month, is that really a problem? You know, anyway. So the water levels we are seeing here are concerning. Of course, what's new? The rain bands are so freaking long these days that when they start to track and train over us, it's going to cause major problems. And I think Puerto Rico and the islands are going to be in severe trouble. I mean, as you can see here, the GFS model has a lot of what would be Alberto tracking over Puerto Rico. And as you, like, over 2 weeks, you can just see it's almost consistent, nonstop, on, off rain. So we got a lot of problems. And to mention on top of that, last week, Hawaii got Hurricane Harvey in a day, meaning they got 49.6 inches in Kauai over a 24-hour period. That is the new metric we are dealing with. So, as Mother Nature steps up her game, we seem to step back her game. There's her little hope. There's Alberto too, I guess. And I'm wondering at this point, are we ever going to adapt? Are we ever going to come together? Like, look, we've almost got the giant V I keep talking about that I think we'll eventually see of weather. And so, you know, we're real close to the part of the season where Mother Nature takes these giant balls of moisture, winds them up, and throws them at the United States like knuckleballs or fastballs. And I gotta say, guys, we are just not ready. I don't think we've made any preparations since last year. Everybody's betting on last year being just a fluke. And well, you know, we had 30 people die in mudslides in California in January, and I think those reports are way underreported. And then we had 5 nor'easters in a month. And so I guess, yeah, people are like, hey, that's a great sign. And then we had 50 inches of rain, and why? People are like, yeah, that's a great sign. This hurricane season is going to be calm or normal. No worries, people. So, you know, I don't agree. And so here I am, still 5 years in, showing you guys that, yeah, we got big problems coming down the road. And these aren't even just problems for the United States or Canada, Mexico, or Southern America, who's supposed to get like 30 to 20 inches of rain over this entire portion over the next 2 weeks. Europe and even the Middle East have been having major flooding problems. I mean, there was it like 30, 40 people killed in Israel in Israeli floods, or Israel floods. And Israel floods don't seem like something we hear about usually. So that is definitely a new thing. And holy smokes, did you see the size of that rain band? It was weird. So I got to hang out with another person in the truth community. And, you know, we both discussed how literally, and you can ask even the big non-truth community people, YouTube was a monopoly. It was like the only person out there for this, has been kicking us all in the balls consistently nonstop and doing everything they can to almost drive us out. And so, yeah, I realize we're at the point where most people can't afford to help support independent media, which, you know, so we're just in a scary state and time. So I will keep you guys posted over these next 5 days. But like I said, we may have our first tropical storm or hurricane in a week. We got tornadoes, floods, lightning, wind coming up starting, I believe, Tuesday. And then, you know, whatever else wackiness that goes on in our society nonstop all the time, every 0.8 days will continue as well. Another thing that I got to remind you guys, like, it's not always, you know, I do bring you guys a lot of great information you don't find anywhere else. Like reminding you guys, and this is not a story I'm happy to bring to you guys, but the dead peasant insurance situation, where we found out in 2014, major corporations can take out an insurance policy on a $20,000 employee. And when that employee dies, even if he doesn't work for them anymore, they can collect $400,000. So to make $380,000 per dead employee, that is probably one of the big reasons that your corporate media is not letting you guys work together to prepare for the severe weather changes. Because let's say a giant hurricane hits Miami, or a giant hurricane hits Houston, or a giant hurricane, you know, hits even, God forbid, New York, and 50,000 people die. If these corporations who've spent hundreds of billions of dollars on dead peasants insurance, let's say they have 20,000 employees die, well, they then get $350,000 per dead employee. So yeah, that's the state of capitalism we are at now, guys. And so I got a lot of aggro from pointing this out to everybody. I even got a couple death threats last week. And at this point, I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, kill me. I don't care. The world's just going to suck shit anyways. I'm ready to go. So I bring you the truth. I bring you stories sometimes even nobody else is talking about, and just making you guys aware this is what we're dealing with here. While everybody's fighting over stupid political crap, your corporations are literally setting up financial instruments to profit from a slow depopulation, a controlled depopulation. Okay? Major companies stand to benefit if big cities get hit by a hurricane. So, man, you know, it's that time of the month, although it is right before hurricane season, and that's why I dread this hurricane season. I remind you guys, THORNEWS is a publicly funded channel. We got 5 days for me to raise $500 needed to make my rent by the 3rd. And technically, I'd like to raise $1,000 total because hurricane season begins in a week. And from last year, I literally worked almost every single day, either 10 to 15 hours a day. And so if I'm going to make that type of a commitment and work that hard again, I would at least like to make, you know, $5 an hour off this. I don't think that's too much to ask. And where your local reporters are very good, or should be good, I cover all of it, and not many people do that. So, and I tell you what I can, what I think is important, when it's important. Like I said, when I made the deal 5 years ago, saying I would do 4 years ago, saying I would do THORNEWS full time as long as you guys supported me and helped me keep it up and running, you know, I'm okay to kind of not do this full time if that's how it works out to be. Like I said, the powers that be are squeezing us all out, especially the weather people. Like, they tag my weather videos before they even come out the gate. Like I said, they don't want us talking about weather. That's why they even set up climate change so people would start to argue. It would just become a trigger word. So no matter how you felt, like an argument would just break out. Instead of coming up with some solution or a way to adapt to the severe weather changes, instead people just argue when they over a trigger word. And so that's the situation. Your corporations, which own your government, are technically working against you and trying to keep you stupid and uninformed. So the people like us who risk our lives, do this work almost, you know, I mean, it's a big pain in the ass, all the aggro that comes in it. And then you always get crazy people who are mad at you for whatever reason. Like, I'm going to get those comments in this video, I imagine. So I'm saying, I appreciate you. I love and thank God, and I appreciate all your help. And being able to make videos for a living makes me very happy. I feel very lucky because I love making videos, even though I don't need to make videos about weather all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wears me out. And so I hope we can make it. I promise you guys, as long as I can make all my bills, I would keep doing this full time and cover the most important stories that I think affect us. But if, you know, the squeeze plays out and you start seeing a lot of us drop away, then that's just the way it is. And I ain't going to cry any tears. I worked at the age of 15. I got my first job as an usher in a movie theater, and I pretty much worked every single year of my life. And I worked for lawyers full time, getting paid $15 an hour if I just sat in the office, or $30 if I was in trial or in a deposition or on an inspection. So, man, I gave up a job that paid me $2,000 to $4,000 a month to do this, knowing I wouldn't make shit. But I thought it was important to help unite the people and try and talk the super rich people out of a major depopulation plan, because it would never work and they would die in their own power vacuum. And that doesn't seem to be very successful. I don't seem to see people in America uniting at all. So if my mission failed, I'm okay with it. You know, I'm not okay with it. I'm just saying, what else can I do? I don't know. So I'm okay with going back to being a normal human being and dating and stuff. That would be wonderful. But if you do want to contribute, make a contribution, you can send it to my PayPal. The link is in the information box. And I got a P.O. box. I love to get anything in the P.O. box. And I love you guys. I super appreciate y'all. And like I said, for the next 5 days, it's going to be a May fundraiser. And yes, all the t-shirts that I owe everybody, I swear to God on my life, asterisk, I will get all t-shirt commitments up and taken care of this month. Man, it's been such a weird run the last 2 years. Surprised I'm even alive, honestly. So even if my channel changes completely, because like I said, if I'm never going to stop making videos, but I might stop doing weather and just move over to video games. That would be a lot happier. I could probably find a girlfriend. YouTube pay way better. I wouldn't have to ask you guys for money. Though I imagine I'll always do hurricanes in some fashion. Just because I'm so good at it. You know? Anyway. It's up to you guys. Let me know. Everybody stay cool. Talk to y'all soon. Peace out. Where's the button? I gotta find the button. I should hit that button. Okie dokie. There we go.